Hey, good morning everyone, and welcome to ShortSalePowerHour.com. My name's Fred Weaver. I'm joined here in a moment by my partner, Kevin Kaufman. We're Group 4610, Arizona's premier short sale team.
Yes, we are.
Hey, I'm talking a little bit more subdued manner today, Kevin, because we're
in an office.
In a public place.
Yeah, not like in our own office, but a different office.
Correct.
Building.
We're just looking for a change up today.
We got it.
Change of scenery. So, hey guys, today's episode, I'm going to tell you right here off the bat, it's probably going to feature a little bit of what some of you may consider to be complaining. But I promise by the end of the episode, I'm going to bring it back around to how to overcome.
Okay.
But it just will make me feel a little better if I can vent just a tiny bit.
Begin your venting.
Okay, so recently, Kevin, I've been seeing, and I guess it's probably been going on for a while, but it's finally gotten to me now, an increased number of requests from negotiators and folks at banks for documentation that I perceive to be completely unnecessary to the transaction. Okay. So for an example, have a short sale at one of your favorite banks.
Bank of America, right?
Yeah. This bank is quickly irking the heck out of me right now.
Yeah.
And I'm letting my piece be known. And Dave Sunland, Matt Vernon, and others at Bank of America, I appreciate that you're always looking to change and grow, but I think you're going to have to get in there and roll your sleeves up even more to work with some of the people that are in your department.
Yeah, with some of the junk that we're seeing on
there is just incredible
junk
going on at the ground floor that I could train a 12-year-old to do better than is currently happening inside some of the banks.
Well, I mean,
including B of A.
I mean, we actually earlier today talked about going down to the Phoenix Zoo and buying some monkeys.
Yeah, I think that's
training
right. I think we'll have to talk about that off camera, though. So let's talk for a moment. I'm going to give you a quick short sale example. We had a file that was approved several months ago, and it seems like we share these kind of ones a lot, but it's because problems come up on these kind of deals. It's not like we have a lot of these, but we do have a significant number. File was approved, buyer walked away. I don't even remember why the buyer walked away. So anyway, a new offer comes on the property for the same offer amount, right? We go resubmit it to B of A. B of A's already approved this file. And B of A, all of a sudden, because it's got a new negotiator assigned to it, says, you know what? The title is currently held in the name of an LLC, and we need it to be moved back to the borrower. And my first thought is, great, okay, I've heard that from you guys before, but at the end of the day, you approved the file before in the name of the LLC. Why are we now letting this hold us up? So I get a document signed by the seller, a deed of trust, a warranty deed, transferring title from the LLC back into the homeowner's name. Record it with Maricopa County Recorder's Department. Our title company does it. I send the actual copy of the deed over to Bank of America, showing that it's been recorded.
This is the fun part, the actual deed itself.
The deed itself, not only like showing that it was, notarized and everything, but showing the stamp, the seal of the Maricopa County Recorder's Department on it. And the negotiator says, well, this isn't official enough.
Because she couldn't see it on the internet, right? Or something like that?
Because she goes on the internet to maricopacounty.gov, and it's still showing the titles held in the LLC because, well, this happened quickly over a couple-day period, and it takes them a while to catch up. I'm like, I don't care. If it was 1980, you wouldn't have the internet to go tell you that. This is the deed. This is the day it was recorded. This is good. So a week goes by trying to just solve that mystery, right? And the pain in the butt mystery. And then the negotiator late last week says, well, now I need to see the LLC documents. The home's not even in the LLC anymore.
No.
Why in the heck do you need to see the LLC documents?
There's no need.
So here's the deal. I'm frustrated, okay? But we could use a similar example at Wells Fargo.
Well, I've got two examples from today alone at Wells Fargo.
Go for it.
A file here's one file that closed last week and one file that's scheduled to close tomorrow, where all of a sudden they want a copy. Wells Fargo's in first position on both of these loans, the one that's closed and the one that's about to close, and they want a copy of the second lender's approval. Now, the reality is that wasn't in their written approval letter to me, so I'm not going to provide it to them. I won't. I refuse to.
They already issued their approval.
My viewpoint on it is they have issued their approval on what the requirements are. We have met those requirements. The title company has a copy. And here's the next one. You don't have authorization from the seller. You do not have the seller's authorization for that information on that second account.
So here's the deal, banks, if you're out there watching. Yeah, we're complaining and we're a little frustrated today, but we're not shouting at you. We're just saying enough's enough, okay? understand that you have a lien against the property. We get the fact that you're trying to protect your interests and you're trying to have a nice clean file and yada yada, but there's just some stuff that is not necessary.
Like when it gets in the way of actual progress and getting stuff done, then stop and think, like remove yourself out of that, well, I need to have this document, I need to have that document, and think, does this even make sense? Because the reality is it doesn't. It's not logical, doesn't make sense, and doesn't help anybody.
Negotiators and mid-level managers, think for a moment. Oh, where does my check come from? Oh, B of A, Wells Fargo. Oh, what department do I work in? Oh, I work in short sales. Where do short sales fall under in the corporate structure? Oh, loss mitigation.
Oh, what a thought.
Oh, hey, look, why don't we just mitigate loss and move on, okay? All this little junk is just holding the process up.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
Agents, here's the deal. To a degree, we have to put up with some of this, okay? There are just documents that get requested that literally, this is my mindset. I go, is it going to be quicker and easier to fight this because this is stupid and unnecessary, or would it be quicker and easier to go ahead and provide it? And most of the time, it's quicker and easier just to provide it rather than it is to fight it. But there comes a certain point in time when after they've requested one thing and then you provide it and then they want something else and you provide that and they still want more, then enough's enough. And it's time to escalate the file to somebody who has a high intelligence level at the bank, who gets paid money for their position,
their ability to think and their ability to mitigate loss.
Their ability to judge, does this mitigate more loss than foreclosure?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, that's what short sales are about. And you know what, over the last 3 years, Kevin, you and I have been doing short sales now for more than 3 years. We've been working as a team for almost 3 years, but you and I have been individually doing it for over 3. And at the end of the day, the requests for documentation continue to greater and greater.
Yeah,
and all I'm seeing is this wearing down the process and slowing things down more and more.
People always come up to me, and it's like the popular thing to say this year is, hey, short sales getting any easier? No, they're not getting easier. They're getting dumber. They really are. Like, I actually feel dumber sometimes coming out of a transaction than when I started.
Yeah. I mean, whatever. So, you know, banks, you're watching. Our plea to you is go back and analyze what's important and what's not, and empower your employees and negotiators and mid-level managers to think for themselves, to go, does this really make sense? Does it really make sense to ask for this, this, and this when we already approve this? I mean, both transactions that we just brought up here today were transactions that had been approved. Yours was at the closing department and when they asked for a second approval.
And one closed last week.
And yeah, one already closed, and mine has been approved. And the first time they approved it, everything was okay, and the second time it's not. So, you know what, banks, if you're watching, it's time to create more of a flexible reality in your system and understand that everybody's not out to get you and try to do things backhanded and sly and whatever else. We're just trying to get transactions done for our homeowners.
I guarantee you, I mean, you bring up a good point because a lot of it is to overcome the backhandedness. Look, you're hurting the people that are actually, you're doing more harm than good. The people that are actually out there trying to help you and help you save money, like us, and like every viewer on this show, you're hurting us, and you're maybe, trust me, the people that are going to be backhanded are going to be backhanded no matter what.
Absolutely.
They're going to find a different way to do it. But what you're doing is you're hurting us in the process. And ultimately you're hurting the investor who you have a fiduciary responsibility to.
Sounds to me like illegal immigration, but I won't even go down that path. So, hey, Kevin, do you want to wrap it up today?
Yeah.
Okay, let's wrap it up, buddy.
So you want to do live or golf clap?
I think we should do the golf clap.
Okay.
You ready, buddy?
Let's do it.
On 3. 1, 2, 3. Short sale power hour. Short sale power hour.